Hi, everybody. Welcome. Justin Wink, Ph.D. here. Happy Valentine's Day. If you're watching this live, if not, if you're watching this in the future, welcome. Thanks for joining. So happy to have you here. It's always helpful to, like, engage, comment, whatever. So let me know you're here. Say hello, say hi. Let me know how you are. Um, Yeah, so with it being Valentine's Day, when recording this, going to be having a focus on love and compassion. Like anything, these are things that can be cultivated, we can practice, and they can become easier because sometimes it can feel like so many people we come in contact with, including ourselves, our own thoughts, can just be frustrating or challenging, and then can feel like, why is this just so hard? And we can't actually have more love for other people and more love for ourselves. And in that, things can actually get a little bit easier, a little simpler as we discover that, because usually when we love someone or something, we treat a little nicer, especially ourselves. So, welcome. Today, we've got planned, we're going to do 2 exercises with the theme of love. The first one, because often it's easier to love someone else or maybe something else. So we're going to start with that and move towards showing love and compassion for maybe those that are not so easily lovable, and then moving towards loving ourselves. And then we'll end with uh, a fun little experience exercise where we put all that love on ourselves, because really the amount we love ourselves is the amount we're capable of loving those around us. So, like many things in life, it's a little bit of a cycle. We work with what's outside of us so that we can work with what's within us. So then that helps us work with what's outside of us, and so on and so on. So the growth, the journey, the fun, the expansion just continues and continues. So thanks so much for being here. Hey, Mandy, good to see you. So before we get into the exercises, let's just, settle in being here with a couple breaths. We're going to be mindful and we're going to ease in, because I always like to ease into just about anything, whether it's I'm changing my eating or changing my exercise or changing my state of being. So, so we're going to gradually deepen our breath. So just do one breath, breathing from your mouth, breathing about to your throat. So just next one, go a little bit deeper to the chest, maybe. A little bit deeper, maybe to the sternum. Next one, go a little bit lower to the belly. And one more all the way down to the hips. One more like that. Just sort of checking in, noticing what's that like to have changed that breathing, maybe however you were breathing before we started to how you're breathing now. Just inviting your breath to come more deeply, more fully, just nourishing you. Just in some ways, part of loving ourselves is allowing all that fresh air into us. And then when we exhale, letting all the stuff that we're just done with, don't need anymore, it's been utilized, just time to let it go. Because sometimes that's a big part of being in relation, is knowing when it's time to let something or something go so that we can receive. So the first exercise we're going to be doing is to practice compassion. We're going to start with someone it's easy for you to love or have compassion with. So allow to come to mind someone or something that you're just like, oh, your heart melts. Oh my gosh. I often like to use a cat I once had, Julius, a beautiful, lovable orange fluff ball, who just, even if you would have just puked on the carpet, I would just look at him and be like, oh, I love you so much. So allow that to come to mind. So it could be a pet, it could be a person, whatever just lets you have really fun feelings we're going to start with that feeling. We're going to expand it out. That's going to be the first thing we're going to practice with. And then we're going to use that to roll into a practice of self-love. It's the I love myself meditation, which I've since, you might have practiced this with me before, yet I've kind of modified it a little recently, where we're going to add in accepting ourselves as well. Because it's really important that we accept who we are and everything that's going on in our lives so that we can love it. Because if we're kind of in denial about what's going on, what is our exact situation, even if we're saying we love it, if we're denying what it is or who we are, then in some ways we can't really love ourselves or love what's going on in our life. You know, for example, if you're like, oh my gosh, I love this beautiful stallion of a horse, but really it's a pig, you're not really loving what it is. And accepting doesn't necessarily mean that you want it to stay that way. In fact, it's the first step in being able to allow things to change. So in my stallion pig example, if you accept that you have a pig and you love that, but you'd rather have a stallion, with love, you can let that pig go do its pig things. Maybe you'll end up finding wonderful, delicious truffles. And then that leaves the space for the stallion of your dreams to come in. So with that exercise, it's just a very simple, on an inhale, you say, I love myself. And this is so powerful because there's part of us that is deeply aware that we love ourselves, that we've experienced love, whether it was just the love from our mother's womb, or just the fact that every day you wake up, your body is doing so much to keep you alive while you are asleep, and then to do something to go, hey, you're alive, you're awake, there's something we're meant to do. And out of love, it gets you up out of the bed. Maybe if it's just to go to the bathroom so that you don't mess your bed. So there's just this inherent knowingness that we love ourselves on a very subconscious level, and we're going to make that a little bit more conscious. And a lot can come up with this, because it might feel like there's not enough love in our life, but this is allowing to start. So you might have strong emotion, or you might have no emotion, or you might have thoughts about what's for lunch or what you should be doing later or not. It's all okay. Just when you recognize on that inhale, I love myself, and then on exhale, say, I accept myself. So we're having that flow of accepting what is and then loving it. So on that exhale, it's also letting stuff go. We're accepting what has been and we're letting it go. So I'll remind that as we get going. So what I'd like you to do now is close your eyes and take one more of those nice, lovely, deep breaths, as deep as you're comfortably able to do. Let it all out and let yourself come to mind that loved one that you just have such warm, tingly, cuddly feelings of. Could be a person, a special someone, a family member, a child, a pet. Just have that feeling of love and compassion for this beautiful being, and just start to focus it into your heart area. Start to feel that, and then start to assign a color to that. So perhaps it's red or pink or white. So just see it, feel it. Hear me talking about your wonderful loved one. Just feeling that love and compassion so full in your heart right now. And then as you exhale, allow that color, that feeling of love to expand to your whole body. So that love and compassion just radiating from your heart all the way from your head to your toe has your color and your feeling of love. Feel it, see it, hear it. And then on your next exhale, allow that to expand even further to the entire room that you're currently occupying, and anyone or anything. So you're not just in a room filled with this color of your love, and feel the love for everything in the room and hear it, delight in it. And as you exhale, allow it to expand even further going beyond your room to the entire home or building that you're currently in. So everybody who might be there, all the plants, all the animals, all of the light fixtures, they now have this beautiful light of love bathing them in the love that was sourced from your heart, from your beloved. And on the next exhale, let it expand even further to your entire city. So maybe you're seeing your city on a map and it's covered in this color of love. Just feeling love for each and every person in your city, no matter who they are, what they do, whether you know them, don't know them. And on your next exhale, allow it to expand even further to the entire country that you live in. So it could be the flag of your country is now has a little tint of that color, or maybe it's the map of your country. Just completely filled in, just feeling your love, your compassion radiate to everybody in the country you live in, every plant, every animal. So whether you know them, whether you don't, whether they're with you, quote unquote, against you, quote unquote, just they are here in your country, and your love has been able to touch them, see it, feel it, hear it. And on your next exhale, allowing that love to expand, to go beyond your country to the entire planet, viewing the whole globe covered in your light of love, feeling the love touching every plant, every animal, every human throughout Earth, including yourself, feeling that light of love that started with you has now touched every part of this big, beautiful, wonderful mud marble spinning around the sun to go back and include you. So taking that in, seeing it, hearing it, feeling that deep love that just started from your beloved, cuddly loved one and has now reached so far and so wide to come back to you. And from this place of deep love for others and ourselves, we're now going to focus inwardly and practice the I love myself meditation, where with each inhale, gently say quietly to yourself, I love myself. And as you exhale, allowing whatever to arise, to be coming to your conscious awareness, and whatever it is, as you breathe out, say, I accept myself, and let go of whatever's right to be let go. And then on the inhale, I love myself. Then on the exhale, I accept myself. As you inhale, you could even visualize the light of love coming in from above, filling your whole body up as you say, I love myself. And then exhaling, letting go, whatever, as you say, I accept myself. And you might get distracted, or you might have thoughts or emotions, or just an absence of any of that. They are all loved. They are all accepted. Just whenever you notice, catch your cycle of breath. And as you inhale, I love myself. And as you exhale, I accept myself. So just do these cycles on your own. And when the time is right, let us know when it's time to come out of this practice. And allow yourself to do one more complete cycle of loving yourself and accepting yourself. And then after that, just let the technique fall away and allow your eyes to stay how they've been. So if they're closed, let them stay closed. And just start to notice how you feel right now. What are the emotions? Just being curious. No need to judge whether it's good or bad. Because these techniques, these exercises, these practices can bring things up. They bring things up to let them go so that you can let in, like the breath, what is meant to nourish you. And check in with your thoughts. What are the quality of your thoughts? Is there maybe some space between your thoughts? Or are they different, more intense, less intense? Just noticing. And noticing your physical body. Is there anything that feels good? Anything that feels in pain? Again, just bringing that awareness, coming from that place of deep love that you've just spent cultivating. Recognize that this is now available to you, as it always has been, to bring to yourself and to those around you. So just being aware that you always have this lens that you can put on and ask, out of a place of love, what would I say? Out of a place of love, what would I do? Out of a place of love, what would I think? So with that, thank you very much for joining this monthly Relax, Recharge, Reconnect session. And I hope if this is your Valentine's Day, I hope you have a very special Valentine's Day. I know for me, my highlight is going to be setting the launch date for my book called Engineered to Love, Going Beyond Success to Fulfillment, setting that with my publisher. And then I'm just going to spend the rest of the evening with myself doing what delights me. So we'll see what that inspires me to do. So whether you're doing it with yourself or somebody else, remember what to me would be the spirit of this holiday, which is all about love and connection, and less about what do you have to do or who are you supposed to be or who you're supposed to be with. And so again, through that, putting those love goggles on that allow you to see yourself with love. May you have a wonderful day, and do connect with me on the social medias. Yes, thank you very much. Justin Wink, Ph.D. on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, I guess is still around. And if you do want to make sure you know when the launch date of my book is as soon as possible, I have a VIP list, so justinwink.com/VIP. And if you didn't catch that, just send me a message and I'll make sure you get the link. I'll try to remember to do it in the contents. So our time is up because this is only 20 minutes, so that it's easy for you to fit in. Thank you, and see you all soon. Goodbye.